Some of the papers are marked automatically because they're either multiple choice or they're items that are specifically designed that can be marked automatically in the system. The speaking and writing are different because in those cases, the candidates write or speak into the computer. Those are recorded and then given to examiners to score. One of the issues we have when we score a test like speaking or writing is an examiner tends to give the same score to all the tasks, called the halo effect. In both cases, there are 4 tasks. The idea is that we then split the test into those 4 pieces, and each task is examined by a different person. This is an idea of ours to remove the halo effect because you have 4 different people. It also improves the reliability of the score. We do that from a number of different perspectives. For a start, there are very strict recruitment policies. So people must have experience teaching at that level that they're scoring at. Otherwise, they may not understand the level well enough to be accurate and to be consistent. All examiners then participate in an online training system. And at the end of that training, there's a test. And the test is, can they mark accurately and consistently? If they are able to do that, they're in. Even though they're in, they're being monitored all the time. On top of all that, we have what we call a CI system, a control item system, so that about 7% of all of the scripts, whether they're written or spoken, that an examiner sees or hears are pre-scored. And if they deviate from the expected score, they're removed from the system. So in that way, we keep up a really high level of accuracy of the scoring right across the system. So you've got to control all of those different levels of quality to ensure that the final score is something that you can rely on. I think human marking right now is a critical part of any scoring system, because at the very low level of ability, a person doesn't produce a lot of language and certainly doesn't produce a lot of original or creative language. I can see an argument for marking that using AI systems. However, as a person goes up the levels, particularly when they get to B1, B2, because if you think about the definition of the B levels within the CEFR, that's defined as independent user. Independent user suggests to me that you can use language in a creative and interesting way. A machine can tell me that you're speaking on topic. It can tell me how many errors you've made in grammar, how many errors you've made in vocabulary. It can tell me the good bits, it can tell me the bad bits. It can't tell me how creatively I've used the language. And that's the critical issue. So particularly once we get to the B levels, I believe we still need human examiners. And I think we need human examiners for quite a while.